President Trump suffering yet another stinging legal setback tonight. A federal appeals court tossing out his election challenge in Pennsylvania. A judge the president put on the bench delivering the harshly worded opinion. Here's ABC White House correspondent Rachel Scott.
Tonight, a judge President Trump appointed himself, handing him a searing defeat in Pennsylvania, even as the president insists the race is not over.
You're going to see things happening over the next week or two that are going to be shocking to people.
But after weeks of trying to overturn the results of the election, his legal team has come up with nothing. No credible evidence whatsoever of widespread voter fraud. In Pennsylvania today, the federal appeals court ruling his claims have no merit. In a blistering 21-page opinion, Judge Stefanos Bibas writing, calling an election unfair does not make it so. Charges require specific allegations and then proof. We have neither here. The judge is rejecting the president's efforts to win in the courts what he couldn't win at the polls, saying voters, not lawyers, choose the president. And voters chose Joe Biden. Trump lost the election by more than 6 million votes. Still, he is refusing to concede, though he did say he would leave the White House if the Electoral College voted for Biden.
So if the Electoral College does elect Biden,
Just say it. Oh, certainly I will. Certainly I will. And you know that.
Rachel Scott joins us now from Washington. And Rachel, the president's lawyer Jenna Ellis says their next step is the Supreme Court. What are you hearing now from the Biden campaign?
Lindsay, Biden's team telling me tonight that those lawsuits are desperate and meritless, making it clear it does not change the fact that Joe Biden won this election and the president-elect is moving forward with the transition. He is expected to announce members of his economic team.
Here to help answer that question is one of the lead members of President Trump's legal team, our friend Jenna Ellis. Jenna, welcome back to the program.
Great to see you, Grant, and it's a great night to be with you. And I have some breaking news for you on the legal fight. And that is that the Pennsylvania legislature in both the House and the Senate have issued a statement saying that they are going to introduce resolutions in the House and the Senate to take back their Article 2, Section 1.2 constitutionally delegated authority and take back from these corrupt election officials the right to be able to put forward their delegates in Pennsylvania in the manner that the legislature authorizes. And so this is a huge thing that came out of the hearing where they heard all of the evidence that we had of corruption. They heard from these witnesses. They heard what more we have. And so the Pennsylvania state legislature is moving on this, and we are very, very proud of their courage.
All right, so they say they can do this with a joint resolution because one of the at least challenges in Pennsylvania, you got a Democratic governor there who could stop a law passed. They say they can do it with a joint resolution. My guess is that's going to end up in a legal case as well. How do you see this playing out?
Right. So under the Constitution in Article 2, Section 1.2, the governor is not mentioned, nor is any other elected official. The sole power to determine the manner in which the Electoral College delegates are appointed is vested solely with the state legislature. So these resolutions do not need to be approved by the governor. He has nothing to do with it. This is all about the state legislature. And that's why the state legislature is moving on these resolutions. And they'll be moving very quickly. And this is why, for all of the people out there making fun of these hearings, this was the opportunity when we first went to court that we asked for, is to be able to present an evidentiary hearing so that the judicial branch could tell the legislature to do their job. We're very grateful that the Pennsylvania state legislature doesn't need a court order to do their job. They're doing it by themselves, and they're doing it under their constitutionally delegated authority. They're moving on this, and this is exactly what the provision of the Constitution provides for, and this is exactly what it was intended to do, is to make sure that corruption in elections does not get through without oversight of the legislature. So they are not going to allow this corruption to continue.
All right, so we are going to have State Senator Mastriano on just after you in the next block, so we can ask him really about the legitimacy of making sure we get Republican leadership on board with this to the Senate and the House to make sure this happens.